Welcome to TechDaily.ai and a brand new deep dive. Today we're looking into some really fascinating developments, things that are fundamentally reshaping education. And this deep dive is brought to you by Stonefly. They're your trusted solution provider and advisor in enterprise storage, backup disaster recovery, hyper-converged VMware, Hyper-V, Proximox Cluster, AI servers SA365, which is a turnkey security appliance, and public and private cloud solutions. You can check out stonefly.com for more information. So today, we're really digging into how education is evolving. We're looking specifically at how new tools, new technology, particularly Chrome OS and its whole ecosystem, are reshaping, well, everything, both the physical spaces and the digital spaces where students learn.
Yeah, and one of the most striking things we're seeing is this significant shift, a real change in the educational paradigm.
Right.
We seem to be moving away from that traditional model, where the teacher stands at the front and delivers instruction.
The classic lecture style.
It's exactly. Towards an environment that's really designed for student-centered exploration, active learning, critical thinking. That's the goal. So our mission today is to sort of unpack the specific innovations, both the software and the hardware that are being engineered to actually enable this big shift.
That's a powerful idea. The future classroom.
Yeah.
Let's really explore this vision a bit more because it sounds like a complete reimagining of how learning happens. We're talking about a place where collaboration is just, well, built in, not just encouraged, where creativity is really fostered and students are, actively doing things, not just passively listening.
Exactly. It's a huge departure from that old image, right? Rows of desks, teacher talking.
Definitely.
And if you look at the tech side, Chrome OS seems engineered to be that foundation, the platform that makes this shift possible. And it does it across hardware and software. It's built to be incredibly versatile.
Versatile how?
Well, think about it. You might have young students using tablets, older ones on, like powerful convertible Chromebooks, and educators using those big interactive displays at the front. The whole ecosystem adapts.
Okay.
So it allows for different learning styles, different teaching methods. It lets them flourish, really.
Right. That foundational flexibility is key, isn't it? Because that sets the stage for the actual tools, the software. And this is where I think the power really starts to show. Let's talk about class tools. It's described as a significant new teaching mode for managed Chromebooks. This isn't just like adding a feature. It sounds like it fundamentally changes how content moves in the classroom. From one way to interactive.
Yeah, it's about creating this dynamic digital canvas.
Yeah.
With class tools, teachers can share content directly to student screens, but also pull content from student screens.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so you get real-time collaboration, immediate feedback. And connecting is simple, either through Google Classroom, which schools already use, or just a unique code for the class. And it makes distributing these workbooks really easy. Yeah, but they're not just static files. They're these rich collections. You can put in videos, articles, interactive slides, quizzes, whatever the teacher wants to curate.
Okay, that's pretty comprehensive. And it gets even more impactful, right? Like the ability for a teacher to broadcast instructions with captions.
Yes, and those captions can even be translated in real time.
Wow. That's huge for accessibility.
Well, it really is. Think about second language learners or students who are hard of hearing. It breaks down barriers.
It probably helps everyone focus, right? Being able to read along, especially kids building those executive function skills.
Definitely. It supports organization, self-regulation. Plus, teachers can easily showcase student work, pop it up on the main screen for the whole class.
Or peer feedback, or just highlighting great work.
Exactly. And they can also check in on individual student progress using a live video feed of the student's screen.
Okay, so you can see what they're actually doing.
Right. It gives immediate insight into their learning process. There was actually some feedback from a pilot program, Michael Steinberg, at Burnt Hills Ballston Lake. He mentioned the focus mode, where the teacher can restrict browsing to just specific tabs, was incredibly valuable for keeping students on task.
I can imagine. So who gets this?
It's available now for teachers with a Google Workspace for Education Plus license.
Right.
But the key is the whole classroom needs to be on Chromebooks for it to work seamlessly.
Got it. Okay.
And building on that software side, there's another tool addressing a long-standing headache, Camera Studio.
Document cameras. Yeah.
Exactly. So many teachers rely on them, but finding companion apps that worked well with Chromebooks was often a real pain.
Yep.
Incompatible software, workflow issues.
Been there.
So Camera Studio is designed as this universal Chrome OS optimized app. It's coming soon, and it aims to just work seamlessly with common document cameras.
Okay, so what does it do?
Well, the basics you'd expect.
Mm.
Present materials, store captures, share things, but also annotate directly over the live feed.
Oh, nice. Like drawing on the image.
Precisely. You can freeze frames for discussion, zoom in on details, mirror the content onto those big interactive flat panel displays at the front.
So it integrates with the big screens too?
It'll be on the Google for Education app hub soon, and admins can push it out to teacher devices easily. And it's not just for documents. Some of the cameras it supports can record people, objects. Think about doing a science experiment demo.
Right. So everyone gets a clear view, not just the front row.
Exactly. Stream it live to the class display.
Okay, those are some seriously powerful software tools, streamlining teaching, engaging students. But let's pivot a bit to the hardware, because there are big updates there too, right? And AI features. We're talking about, what, over 12 new Chromebooks, plus these enhanced Chromebook Plus models, and something called Chromebox OPS.
That's right. It's a whole new lineup. And the Chromebook Plus models are particularly interesting for education. They're designed to meet higher demands. You see sleek convertibles, often with great battery life, touch screens, stylus support.
Flexible form factors.
Yeah, and some are even detachable.
Yeah.
So teachers can move around, engage students anywhere, transition easily. Flexibility is key. And, crucially, they offer up to twice the memory and performance compared to standard Chromebooks.
Ah, so real power boost.
A significant one. For educators running more demanding apps or juggling complex lessons, we heard about Hillsborough Township Public Schools switching their teachers to Chromebook Plus.
And the impact.
They found it enabled deeper, more immersive teaching. The tech just got out of the way.
Okay, now this is where, for me, it gets really interesting. The AI features baked into Chromebook Plus, designed specifically for teaching and productivity.
This is the next level.
So things like quick insert with image generation, generating AI images directly for emails or lesson plans.
Yep, high-quality, relevant images without leaving what you're doing. Streamlines content creation.
And text capture, extracting text from anything on screen.
Anything. A calendar invite, a diagram, a scanned receipt. It turns it into editable text.
Wow.
And it even gives you contextual suggestions for what to do next with that text. It's pretty smart.
Okay, what else?
There's the Help Me Read feature. It simplifies complex text, makes it easier to understand. Great for differentiation.
Accessibility again.
Exactly. And select to search with Lens. Just select anything on your screen, an image, a word, a concept, and get info instantly.
Like Google Lens, but built in everywhere.
Pretty much. These aren't just gimmicks, right? They're about saving time, providing insights, making educators more efficient.
Definitely sounds useful.
And this brings up the hardware needed for these AI features. There's a standout device here, the Lenovo Chromebook Plus, 14 milliseconds, 10.
What's special about it?
Well, it's the world's first Chromebook using the MediaTek Companion Ultra processor. And the key thing is, it has an integrated NPU.
Neural processing unit for AI tasks.
Exactly. This chip delivers, get this, 50 TOPS trillions of operations per second.
50 trillion.
Yeah. So AI processing happens super fast, super efficiently, right on the device.
Doesn't need the cloud as much.
Right. Plus, they claim it has the longest battery life of any Chromebook.
That's a big claim.
It is. And it comes with some exclusive Google AI tricks, like smart grouping, to organize your windows and tabs automatically, and on-device image generation for editing and placing images without needing Wi-Fi.
So more power, better battery, smarter features. Are there other options?
Yeah, Asus also has new Chromebook Plus models rolling out, so there's starting to be a range of these more powerful AI-capable devices.
Okay, good to have choices. Now, what about that other piece of hardware you mentioned, Chromebox OPS, for the front of classroom displays?
Right, this is quite clever. It's basically a small plug-in device. You slide it into compatible interactive flat panel displays, those big touchscreens.
And it does what?
It upgrades the display to run ChromeOS natively.
Ah, so the big screen runs the same OS as the student Chromebooks.
Exactly. That's the huge benefit. Better integration with the rest of the classroom tech. It essentially turns that giant display into a giant ChromeOS touchscreen computer,
Yeah.
mirroring the OS, the apps, everything the students are using.
And the synergy with class tools must be great.
Fantastic. Teachers can just flick student work up onto the big screen instantly. For feedback, showcasing examples, it makes the display much more interactive.
Less passive viewing, more active engagement.
Precisely. And there are new Chromebox OPS units coming from major partners like LG, AOpen, CTL, and Newline. So it's becoming more accessible.
Makes sense. Seamless integration is key.
And to help schools navigate all this, Google's updating a lot of resources.
Like what?
Refresh web pages for Chromebooks, better tools for device discovery. They mentioned a new selector experience coming soon to help choose the right devices. Plus, an updated training course for educators on using Chromebooks effectively. And specific professional development sessions on class tools are available through partners too.
Okay, so support is there.
It's usually providing a pretty comprehensive package.
So let's bring it back to the listener. What does all this mean for, the actual people involved, students, teachers, anyone interested in where education is headed? It feels like these tools, all together, are aimed at making learning and teaching with Chrome OS. Well, not just easier, but really more engaging, more intuitive.
That seems to be the core idea, empowering both sides of the equation, the educators and the students, helping them adapt and succeed in this, constantly changing educational landscape.
It really prepares them for a future that demands collaboration, critical thinking, adaptability, skills these tools seem designed to foster. So we've covered a lot, this whole suite of tools and hardware. Class tools, Camera Studio, the beefed up Chromebook Plus with AI, Chromebox OPS. It really does paint a picture of a much more streamlined, enriched educational experience. More dynamic, more interactive, and hopefully more personalized.
It definitely points in that direction.
Yep.
And, thinking longer term, as these AI capabilities get even more deeply woven into everyday learning devices, not just add-on features, but part of the core OS, what happens then?
Good question.
What revolutionary new possibilities open up for truly personalized, truly adaptive education? Imagine AI acting as a ubiquitous tutor, tailoring things in real time, maybe even helping students discover aptitudes we couldn't easily see before.
That's a fascinating thought, a really powerful potential future.
Yeah, definitely something to ponder on your own.
Absolutely. Well, before we wrap things up, just a final reminder about our sponsor, Stonefly. They wanted us to let you know about their 100 TB immutable and air-gapped SSO NAS, which is available right now for just $8,995. You can find details at stonefly.com. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today. We hope you found it insightful, and we encourage you to keep exploring these changes in education.